What's up, you guys? We are back with another episode of the DISHIN podcast. But before we get into anything, Monday, August 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Holiday Twin Rinks. Open skate, open invite. Anyone can come if you guys want to come shoot hockey pucks, come skate, come shoot content, whatever you guys want to do. Come to Holiday Twin Rinks, come skate with the boys. We bought ice. We're super stoked for it. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, let's go. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to the Sabres for having us out to their Keybank naming rights announcement / creator event that we did at the arena. That was really dope. We got to go on the roof, do a bunch of stuff, so we got into a lot of detail about that. So thank you again to the Sabres.
DISHIN podcast live now. All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of the DISHIN podcast. We had a really exciting two guests on the last episode. So for everyone that tuned in, thank you guys for tuning into that. Thank you to Wyatt and Rich from Lake Hour for joining the show. That was super fun.
Yeah, two beauties, man. They told some great stories, got into a lot of how they founded Lake Hour and a whole lot of stuff in between. So yeah, thank you to those guys for coming on, and thank you to Claire and Nick for helping us set that up.
Hell yeah. That was a super fun episode for us. A little bit longer than what we normally do, but we told you guys we're trying to line guests up. We do have another guest that joined the show last week. That episode is going to be coming out in the middle of August, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a pretty good episode. We had Andrew Podorowski on the podcast. So
good friend.
Yeah, great friend.
Yeah, great
friend
dude, Williamsville native, friend of the show.
Unreal hockey player. Back-to-back AHL champ, too.
Yep. Yeah, and he had some major news he announced on the show that came out pretty recently. So tune into that one pretty soon. That'll be coming out.
Yeah. How you boys feeling?
Feeling good.
Good. Yeah. Nice first day of August, and it's beautiful in Buffalo.
Hell yeah. And you're rocking a Sabres jersey over there. Why don't we get into the occasion? Actually, before we get into the occasion, we've got a whole list of stuff today that we're going to be going over. A lot of stuff that you guys have been seeing on social. We had the shoulder check hats come out, Matt, that you designed. I definitely want to get into that and the process that went into that. We had Podorowski at the shop. We just talked about that. We had him on the podcast. We had the Sabres at the shop filming some promo for the Keybank Center naming renewal. What else we had? We also went to the Keybank Center with all the boys. The Sabres invited us out, so that was super sick. And then one other thing I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah. We rented ice at Holiday Twin Rinks on August 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Open invite. Anybody could show up. If you guys want to come shoot some content on the ice, come out. If you guys want to just come shoot hockey pucks around, skate around, whatever, feel free to come out. It's open to everyone. Holiday Twin Rinks, August 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Come see what a DISHIN skate is like.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I've had a lot of kids just approach me in person and then just hit us up on social too that are really looking forward to that. So this will be dope. I don't think anybody's ever really done that. I think of it as like a pop-up, kind of what we do around the city and different locations and stuff, but free ice, dude. I mean, this is going to be pretty cool for people to come out and kind of check out the whole thing, get a little lay of the land. We got some cool stuff in the works as far as like how you're going to split up the ice and everything too. So looking forward to it. It'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I made like a little graphic too of how I wanted to lay the ice out. Like the one half of it will be like a 3-on-3, 2-on-2 area. And then the middle of the ice can be more of like a free skate. And then the other end of the ice will have a net down there and people can go shoot around whatever they want to do. So I had some people ask me too if they could wear full gear or tracksuits or whatever. You guys can wear whatever you want. If you want to come out in full gear, come out in full gear. You want to wear a tracksuit, that's cool too. And I think we had 3 goalies already that reached out to me in my DMs that
Sweet.
Are going to be coming out. So
it's amazing. It's hard to get goalies.
Yeah. So we're stoked about that. That's on Monday, August 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Holiday Twin Rinks. Open invite.
See you there.
All right. So what should we talk about first? Shoulder check?
Yeah, shoulder check's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Shoulder Check was sick. Was reached out to by Rob at Shoulder Check, who manages that entire foundation. So essentially it's what Shoulder Check is it allows people to kind of reach out to each other. It's kind of mental health advocacy for a lot of people that are going through, I think, some challenging times. And it's really founded and headed up by Zegers and Chris Kreider, and along with Frank Vetrano and a bunch of other friends and teammates of those guys. So really cool initiative, and thankful that we were able to be a part of it this year. And we were fortunate enough to put together 4 designs of hats for those guys, and had those a part of the merchandise spread, and did those in anticipation of the entire event. And they had them on display and available for purchase at the event in Connecticut. So from what I heard, all those hats sold out, and they had a really great event this year. Pretty overwhelming response of players and community members that came out to support the whole thing, and saw a bunch of NHL Network promo hits they did with Heidi Browning, CMO of the league, and some other really cool people that are involved throughout the whole thing. So yeah, shout out to Rob and his team, and everybody else involved in the whole event, like Swaggy P and some other guys that had reached out to us, and we're just really I think pretty fond of the hats that we made, and again, just a really cool opportunity for us to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think people were really blown away by the hats. I mean, you mentioned Swaggy P. Like, he was one guy that texted us after that weekend and was like, "Dude, these hats are so sick."
Mm-hmm.
So you crushed it with that design. It was very simple. The hats were super clean. It wasn't too loud, wasn't too subtle. It was just right. And I think a lot of the guys really liked the hats. And I saw Rempe was wearing a hat. Obviously Zegras and Vetrano and all those guys. So super sick. I mean, Derek, what'd you think of that?
I thought that the golfer is a nice touch, nice little vintage hit that's been going around lately, and it was just good to see it done in our style, our Matt style, and it was a good little piece, and it was just cool to see the smiley on the side of everyone's head. So
yeah, I texted Frank after the game. I was like, "Dude, I need a pic of all you boys wearing the hats," and it was just like in the locker room. It was cool, man. I've gotten to know Frank pretty well just when the Ducks came to the shop last year, and we've been talking quite a bit, and he, I think Trevor put him in charge of all the hats and the headwear this year. So he had reached out and was like, "Yo, we got to collaborate and do something together." So it was pretty easy for us to kind of put our brains together and come up with some cool stuff, because he's really one of the dudes in the league that's pretty fashion forward, and kind of the face of all that stuff, especially in Anaheim. So it's been dope, man, and excited for more to come with Shoulder Check. They do a huge event every year, and I know Rob's talked about different expansion opportunities doing in different cities and stuff. So excited to follow along and see where the Shoulder Check ends up, not only next year but and beyond too.
Yeah, and for those that don't know about that event too, it's obviously NHL players, but got like influencers like Swaggy P are playing in this thing. Trying to think who else I saw there, but I know he was one guy that like really stuck out to me. Like, what is it, just NHL players versus influencers, or is it NHL players and they're bringing out like special, like how do they get the special guests involved?
I think it's mostly NHL players. So I think like Zegras and a bunch of these guys have like friends throughout the league, so they come out and play. I saw Arda was the main MC for the event, so he's out there already based in Bristol, so that makes sense. And yeah, I think they had a lot of different creators there. I know Swaggy, I think he did like the pregame or the intermission. So I think the names that those guys get out is a huge draw. I think they do some really cool stuff with the walk-in picks and just like an opportunity for fans to get stuff signed before the game and whatever. So in the rink in the barn that they do that in, it looks pretty sweet too. It's kind of like more of like a homey feel. It's not huge, so I think it's an opportunity for them to really pack that. And I mean, what's better than just seeing like some of these huge name players go out just like in a small little community type rink like that, where they can just see these guys up close and personal, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, unreal turnout for that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, more to come with them.
Yeah, Derek, you got the Sabres jersey on over there. Do you want to maybe break the news on what we were doing?
Yeah, we got invited out by our good friends at the Buffalo Sabres for the naming rights event. Yeah. It was a good time. It was really cool to see all the creators come out, and then also see how they put together, some good spread of food, and then also toured us around the Bandits locker room, got to see the Sabres locker room, and then pretty cool thing that we all weren't expecting was going up on the roof of the Keybank. So yeah, it was a cool experience overall. Had a lot of fun, and was cool to just have all the boys there. Obviously, we don't get to do that too often, so it was a good time.
Yeah, it was sick. Really fun. Yeah, shout out to the Sabres for bringing us out for their Keybank naming rights extension for 10 years, which is no joke. That's pretty sick. And yeah, it was really cool. And we got the text about a month ago from Gabrielle, and she hit us up and said she'd love to have us out there. And I know we had some stuff with the Sabres even before that. When they came to the shop and did all that stuff. So you want to even talk about that a little bit too?
Yeah, when they came to the shop. So the Sabres, probably like a week or two before the actual Keybank announcement, came to the shop, and they basically kind of went around the entire community and just filmed with different local brands that they work with for this announcement video. And it was super cool, man. Super cool to be a part of it. They came by filmed us kind of pretty much in our element. All the boys were, you know, in the back room. We had Benny in his shop there, and just kind of showing off some different merch pieces that we have coming out later this year. And they're really fun to work with. They got a great creative team, awesome at direction, and so they make it fun to be in front of the camera a little bit. So we got to do that, which was sick. And then they originally, when we were going to the Keybank Center, they extended the invite to Matt and I and Derek and then Jared. And that when they came to the shop, they were like, oh, you know, we can have all you guys come. And we're like, all right, sick. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome. The boys would love that. So that was super cool to have all the boys come. I think anytime we get an opportunity to bring everyone to events like that and just, you know, kind of show them a little bit of what goes on behind the curtain is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when Andy hit me up about that, said they wanted to come to the shop, he was like, yeah, we got nothing specific in mind. We just kind of want to see what you guys have been working on lately. And thought the New Era stuff was a perfect piece for that because we had all the apparel samples. We had the headwear samples. Actually, one piece that I'm wearing right now. So we were able to show those off, get quite a bit of B-roll throughout the whole thing. And like you said, just kind of get the boys in their element, just kind of walking down the street. It was cool. We did the Let's Go Buffalo chant. So, yeah, Andy, shout out to his team, man, for doing all the video work and everything. And it was really cool to see that stuff be a part of it in the actual video announcement that the team posted. So, yeah, just overall really cool, man. And anytime that we can get people like the Sabres to the shop, I think it's even just always a little bit cooler because they can kind of see everything that we do behind the scenes and, you know, everything that's the kind of an extension of what people see just in the front room here.
Yeah, and I think like having them or doing anything with them just really hits home for myself and, you know, you, Matt, Derek, and the rest of us at our group is like, you know, we wouldn't be doing everything we do with this brand and within hockey without, you know, our love for the Sabres as, you know, in our childhood. I think, you know, it's just a full circle moment anytime we get a chance to do stuff like that, like we did this past week. So
yeah, never would have thought like sitting up in the 300s as a kid that I'd be like standing on the roof like at 30 years old. So really cool moment. I'm sure you guys all, you know, felt the same way, but appreciate the Sabres a bunch and hope for a lot more.
Yeah, excited for the momentum that we have with the Sabres right now, too, because we already had Miller on the pod, did everything with the Catwalk for Charity with him, and, you know, to be able to have the Sabres out to our shop, to be able to be invited to the Keybank naming rights announcement, which they just, like, rolled out the red carpet for us with the entire creator event that they did, gets me really excited, and I know our entire team about what's to come with them, too, because, you know, with us already having pre-existing relationships with players on the team, I think that really allows us to really stretch the envelope of what we're going to be able to do together. And, you know, we've already had a lot of people asking us about collaboration and kind of what this looks like down the road for us. So, yeah, I think, you know, we're really excited about where we're at with the team right now and kind of where we're going to be going with them too.
I wanted to ask you guys too about that specific event. Was there, I know I had a couple favorite parts, but did you guys have a favorite part of the day just from that whole event? Anything that stuck out to you guys?
I got to talk to Rob Ray for a while, and that was pretty cool. Just like kind of being in the locker room. Yeah, he's just an absolute legend, dude. And he was saying some funny stuff. He is quite a character. Yeah, he is just like he's kind of like your grandpa a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he's a one of a kind.
I'd have to say either being in the locker room, Sabres locker room, or just hanging out with our good pal Tooth. I mean, he's always up to something and always brings the best out of all of us. So it was a good time.
One of the cooler parts, I think for me, I can echo what Derek was saying. Like going in the locker room. I've never. That was the first time I've been in that locker room.
Really? First time ever?
Yeah, I've never been in the locker room either.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So that was super cool. Just, you know, they've got probably one of the sickest locker rooms in the league, I would say.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I know they got the Buffalo head in there. It's really sick. Cool layout when you walk in there.
Yeah.
I love the circle shape to it. Like the fact that it, you know, everyone can see each other and it's not just like a hallway kind of deal. Like it really feels like you're in a curated spot towards you, and it probably makes the players feel a little bit easier to go into their locker room. It feels like home rather than, you know, a building.
Like every time I walk into the locker room, I like looking at the nameplates and like who sits next to who. Obviously got goalies on the end, just bigger stalls and stuff, but yeah, it's always interesting to me because like that's home for a lot of players. You know, guys spend so much time there in preparation for games and just kind of hanging out. And even over the summer when you're training and stuff, that's just like your stall where you get to just go and kind of keep all your stuff there. And that was cool about being in the arena too, in the locker room, is that all those guys, a lot of the guys that were there training had just all their stuff out and available for people to see. It was pretty raw. So I don't know. I looking at the details of little stuff in the locker room like that, and just the speaker system, the TV, just like how they purify the air, like all that stuff is like little details throughout the whole thing that I think make it cool.
Yeah, each stall had like a vent in the back of it just to help clear it, and then they got the bench that they put their stuff inside of too, which is nice. Yeah.
I love looking at the equipment too. I see, like seeing Tage's USA gloves. That was pretty sick, dude. He's got big palms, or big paws rather.
Yeah.
That was sick. And then also seeing like some of the guys that were in town on the, they had their sticks in the stick racks. So they're seeing different twigs, and we were joking around. Derek and I were like, "Should we go flex some sticks?" But no, it was cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. Yeah, and just to have all the boys there too was pretty special. I'm sure that was a lot of those guys on our team's first opportunity to see the locker room up close, and everything down to the small details of the stick rack and all that stuff. So pretty cool.
But yeah, super quick episode for you guys today. Just wanted to give a quick little few updates here. We're a little ahead of schedule too. We got this pod coming out, and then we have our episode with Andrew Podorowski coming out later this month. So again, we're really trying to get more guests on. I think we got a few more in the bank, hopefully before the season starts for you guys. So super stoked for that. And also, quick reminder, Monday, August 11th, Holiday Twin Rinks, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Open invite. Come out, come skate, come shoot some pucks around. If you guys want to bring cameras out, that's cool too. And also wear a helmet. Make sure you guys bring helmets, because we don't want anybody getting hurt out there. But yeah, super stoked for that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Let's go. Bang.